Lively parties and Wayfair parties are battling it out in court this morning. Lots of arguments, lots of jabs. We just need to wait on the judge to make a decision. We have a lot to get into. We're also going to get into these seemingly new hit pieces against Justin Baldoni and how his work environment was just full of toxic positivity. Let's get to it. You're listening to No Filter with Zack Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. What's going on, guys? Welcome on in. Happy, what's today? Thursday. Happy Thursday. Just a reminder, tomorrow I'm going to have on Keith Stewart Davidson. What? Sorry, my brain. I just got out of the hearing for Baldoni and Lively this morning. Asked two attorneys. They will be on the podcast this week on Friday. So Friday morning we'll have an early live, just like today. Today's live's a little early because I have to go, and I'm going to tape some fun stuff with Popcorn. Andy at Popcorn Planet. We're going to be doing a live stream. I believe it's going to be me, Andy, and Donna Bowling from Daily Dose of Donna. So you'll get to enjoy that as well. But today's episode is going to be relatively brief. I'm just going to update you on what's happening, what's going on in the world with Blake and Baldoni, because there's a lot happening. Is that today? Yes, that is today. So the live stream with Popcorn Planet will be today. I have the boys here because it's been a busy morning and we're going to have an even busier day. Say hi, Sullivan. Hi, Bubba. Hi, handsome man. And then Sky's over here. Say hi, Sky. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. They needed a little extra daddy time because daddy's been busy and daddy's been working. And I'm like, well, somebody has to pay these bills. Bills. Okay, so let's get into what went down in court this morning. There was a live court hearing where both parties were basically going back and forth and trying to battle it out over these protective orders, right? Baldoni's team basically wants a regular standard protective order to make sure that certain details don't leak out to the public. And Lively's team wants an attorney's eyes only protective order, which means anything that gets dug up in discovery is strictly for attorney's eyes only. Thank you, Stuart Albertson and Keith Davidson. Yes, so it was Stuart and Keith. Sorry. Yes. Stuart and Keith will be on the show tomorrow. Sorry again, forgive my brain, guys. I need a little more coffee. And I probably need to get laid, but that's a separate story. But yes, both of them will be on my live stream this Friday. So stay tuned for that. Okay. What else? So, yes, they're battling it out over this protective order. Blake Lively's team is like, no, we need to protect every bit of discovery. We don't want any of it leaking into the press. And the arguments they made are basically like, we have high profile clients. Leslie Sloan's team argued that, she works for a PR firm and there's, protected privileged business information that they don't want to get out there. Like how, Brian Friedman could get access to her marketing plans and her business plans. And God forbid he gets access to her client list. Like that's protected. It should absolutely be protected. And then Brian Friedman jumped in and argued. So first we heard the Lively parties, and then we heard Brian Friedman, who represented all of the Wayfair parties, which I actually kind of liked that Brian Friedman was the only person that spoke on behalf of all of the Wayfair parties, which include Jamie Heath, Steve Sorowitz, obviously Justin Baldoni, Jennifer Abel, Melissa Nathan. And I don't believe he was representing Jed Wallace. I believe Jed Wallace is doing his own thing. But anyway, Lively has, so Ryan and Blake have their own attorney. Leslie Sloan has her own attorney. And then Stephanie Jones also has her own attorney, or the New York Times has their own attorney. There were a lot of attorneys on the Lively parties team, and they were all kind of jumping in and chiming in. And the judge didn't seem too impressed with some of their arguments. So I'll go through. Yes, it did make it easier from us when listening. I have such brow envy. Thank you. The judge is great. The judge is great because the judge very much seems like he's no nonsense. So opens up. Lots of people, I'm assuming, called in. But so Lively and Co basically were making the arguments that they deserve to protect their sensitive information, such as client business plans, trade secrets, and other business strategies. So that's why they need to have the attorney's eyes only. This was specifically like when it comes to business plans and trade secrets and strategies and all of that sort of stuff. That was specifically for like Leslie Sloan, Joneswork PR, the New York Times. Like they said that there are industry trade secrets that they don't want the other parties to get access to. Specifically, like Leslie Sloan and Vision PR. They don't want to give up any of their strategies to like Melissa Nathan or Jennifer Abel because Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel work in the same industry. So the argument was kind of like, well, that doesn't really help Blake and Ryan. And so they were arguing that, Leslie Sloan, why would she have to disclose who her clients are? Like, that's sensitive information, which to me, I was kind of just like, huh? A publicist not wanting to disclose her clients? Like, that's kind of strange because you normally, like, that information is displayed publicly. When you go on a celebrity's Instagram and in their bio, it says repped by, why would that be privileged or protected information? Blake and Ryan, their attorneys came on and they're like, well, we are afraid, like, yeah, we don't really have industry trade secrets. However, we're afraid, like, we have security measures, like, we have security details that we hire, and like, that information could get out. Like, that needs to be protected. So, especially because they said there's such high interest, and here's where they reference the press and they mention content creators. They mention as content creators and how we're just so hungry for information, and like we want all of the information, and like we have to make sure we protect Blake Lively's, not only her privacy but also her security. And they also want to make sure that they protect their health information, right? Because she's emotionally distressed and she has mental health issues that is a result of this case. And so they don't want any of that health information to be obtained by the wrong hands. But I'm also just like, wait, but aren't there HIPAA laws that come into place? Like, what health information might we become privy to? Like, did she get knocked up by Justin Baldoni and we want to hide the pregnancy results? Like, I don't understand what health information they specifically want to keep out of the public sphere and what may necessarily be revealed. And Brian Friedman made a really good counter argument that, like, well, she went into detail with her CRD complaint that was leaked to the New York Times. They went into very specific detail about the alleged harassment claim. So what is it that she's trying to protect necessarily? But they said that there was other personal and unrelated communications that they didn't want to get out either, which is rich considering they were asking for 2.5 years of phone records from Baldoni and his team. So now they don't want us to get the Taylor Swift text messages. They don't want us to see any of that because it's unrelated. It's personal. I'm like, really? You think we just fell out of a coconut tree? You're going to tell me that you don't want us to get access to all of these unrelated communications or personal communications that you have when you literally wanted to dig up all of their information, even from people that were non-parties. Please. Why is she not dropping this? I don't know, RJ. She's going hard with it. Okay. So that was, yeah, the communication. So it was their security, their health information, and then their personal and unrelated communications. Again, rich. Judge not impressed with their argument. The Lively Party's arguments. He just was kind of like, huh, what? Okay. Basically says, like, listen, I get it that you guys think you're cool because you're celebrities, but like, there's going to be a public interest. These are public parties, so stuff will likely get out eventually. If you want to protect it now, that doesn't mean that it's not going to get released once this actually goes to trial and things become part of the public record. So he's like, I don't really which tells me, so then do they not intend on going to trial? Because they want to protect some of these things, right? Some of these things that will inevitably come out once we go to trial. So are they basically admitting here that they don't intend on going to trial and that's why they want to conceal these details? Because, like, again, the judge was like, it's public interest. Public wants to know because these are public parties. These are public figures, very public figures. And this has already begun to play out in the press. You can't, the press has an interest in public figures and you can't expect them to like not want to bite at this information. You saying that there's an interest from the public and from content creators doesn't really entitle you to not have to disclose this information because it's eventually going to come out publicly. So he didn't really seem like he was buying that argument. Their team kind of jumped in and was like, well, yes, we know that it'll eventually come out. However, as you know, Judge, in the discovery process, there are lots of things that don't ultimately end up getting used or don't ultimately end up getting brought up into trial because they may be irrelevant. So why would we let this irrelevant information get out publicly when we can ensure that it is not leaked and not shared with the other clients? Because, I don't honestly, I don't I really was trying to understand their argument, but they were just like, "We need to protect Leslie Client Sloan's from her Sloan's clients from being leaked and protect Blake Lively's mental health records." What? I was and her security team, which again, what? Also, the security team her team would technically be relevant because she claims that there was an incident that happened in one of her cars and the her driver, who I presume was also somewhat of a security detail, he would absolutely need to testify. I assume he's going to be deposed because he seems to have relevant information on the matter. So after they made their arguments, like I said, the judge didn't really seem impressed by their arguments and kind of seemed the impression that I got was he was in his head rolling his eyes. Then we got to Friedman. Friedman came up. He represented all of the Wayfair parties, and he basically said that when it comes to Blake and Ryan, that just because they're celebrities, what they think that there's different laws that apply to them. That no, the same laws apply. They're not entitled to their entitlement. So no, sorry that they want to have special provisions, but that's not how the law works. Regarding the PR firms, Brian Friedman says that who they rep, such as their clients, are not secret information, which, hello, that's exactly what I thought when they said that. And the judge is not stupid. So Brian Friedman just stating the obvious here. He also argues that when it comes to the New York Times, they had 5 weeks with confidential information. They had 5 weeks and had access to all of this info. That was private. They didn't authorize that. There was information in there that was privileged to his clients, such as business practices, right? They leaked the alleged smear campaign, outline of phase 1, 2, and 3, which again does not appear to have been a smear campaign. If you actually look at that document, none of the things that were outlined in there were actually activated. They were more of contingency plans, and then the alleged smear campaign, and then what's claimed in that document, very different from reality and the worst case scenario situation. Very different if you compare what went down to what they were claiming they would do should shit hit the fan. So he's like, listen, they had all of this information for 5 weeks, and then the New York Times jumps in and like, we don't agree with that, judge. That's not right. That we had 5 weeks. That's not correct. We dispute that. And then the judge is like, okay, lady, shush. Number one, it's not your turn to speak. It's their turn to speak. You had your turn to speak. We will hear from you if you would like to have any sort of rebuttal to that after I hear their argument. Friedman continues by saying that the Lively parties already leaked their clients' addresses. So their own, legal team doesn't have much respect for people's privacy. So they're not following the same rules that trying to abide. They're trying to make Baldoni's team abide by. Friedman says that their arguments are basically ridiculous and that they've already breached a number of privacy issues so far. And then they were basically like, yeah, but like there weren't any protective orders in place as of yet. So like, who cares? I was like, what? So, again, they think we fell out of a coconut tree. All this for Friedman to basically close with saying celebrities don't get special privileges. His team claims that they have no doubt that they will be reasonable and try to work with Lively's team. They'll try to work something out with the Lively parties. They do not intend to violate any privacy. They are happy to work together and agree on which items may need attorney's eyes only if it truly is privileged information, but that they don't need a blanket attorney's eyes only protective order over all discovery. Then judge opened it up for rebuttal arguments for the other team to respond. Leslie Sloan's attorney jumped in. She's like, I got a rebuttal. My client was improperly dragged into this and shouldn't have to turn over her business practices, which again, nobody fucking cares about your business. Jennifer Abel is not like, yeah, let me figure out how Leslie Sloan is planting these hit pieces against Justin Baldoni in the press. Like, sorry, we know how you're doing it. But rebuttals went on, and then Lively's team basically closed with the argument that, speaking out against sexual harassment doesn't mean that you're not entitled to privacy. It's like, really? Then why do we keep battling this out in the press? Because remember, you started this by allegedly leaking the CRD complaint to the New York Times, and they did have their 5 weeks, which Friedman clarified was his allegation. He's willing to prove that in court, but that's what he's claiming. And he's like, and I'm actually going to quote the New York Times directly when they say that they had thousands of pages that they got to review. So they had thousands of pages of privileged information on our clients that we did not authorize, that they were then able to use against my clients in their article about Blake Lively's CRD complaint. So he's like, they claim their own words. They said they had thousands of pages of documents that they were privy to prior to the publication of this article. Boom. Okay, and then that was Lively's team that they were like, just because we speak out against this doesn't mean we're not entitled to privacy. And then Baldoni's team, Friedman, basically closed with saying they have no intention on beating up Blake. They don't want to badger, someone that's claiming that they were harassed. Their intention is not to beat her up, but they do deserve the right to tell the truth. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Period. So that's your update on what went down in court. Now we're waiting for the judge to actually make some sort of decision. Taylor's lawyers will fight this. We'll have to wait and see. Isn't that information that Blake gave them this info? We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, right. And because of all of this, now they need an attorney's eyes only protective order. Yeah. Just came from the court of random opinion. This shit was crazy. I know that's right. Blake's lawyer is second bench. Yeah. It's just it was kind of crazy. Didn't the judge deny something? I did not hear. I jumped on right after arguments were done and they kind of wrapped up the call. I don't believe the judge has made a decision yet. I believe now the judge is going to review all of the arguments, and from there, the judge will decide on whether or not a protective order is warranted. So, yeah. Now let's get into the hit pieces that have come out against Justin Baldoni, because they are cray. Like truly cray. But before we do, I want to give a shout out to this week's sponsors. I have 3 of them, guys, so let me give them some love. First up, I want to shout out Factor. If you're ready to optimize your nutrition this new year, Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They're dietitian approved and ready to heat in 2 minutes. Super easy, super yummy. Yep, last night I was starving and I was not in the mood to cook dinner, and luckily I had my Factor meal that I just popped into the microwave. It was a yummy chicken dish because it was protein packed. So Factor helps you feel right and feel great no matter what life throws at you. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. You can lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks with Factor keto meals. With over 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick meals tailored to your goals. Choose from preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto. Factor can help you feel your best all day long with wholesome smoothies, breakfasts, grab-and-go snacks, and more add-ons. I have juices. This morning I was sipping on some beet juice because I was like, give me the antioxidants. I have to be on camera all day today. I need some antioxidants. So you can reach your goals this year with ingredients that you can trust and convenience that just can't be beat. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use code FACTORPODCAST to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code FACTORPODCAST at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. The description below has all of the promo codes and promo links. Next up, I want to give some love to Nutrafol. This year, there's nothing holding you back from loving your hair again. Hair is so much more than what you see on the surface. It's a reflection of what's happening inside. Let Nutrafol target the key root causes of your thinning hair and help you grow stronger, healthier strands from within. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement trusted by over 1.5 million people. See thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. Thinning hair is different for men and women, so a one-size-fits-all approach to hair growth doesn't cut it. Nutrafol has multiple formulas for men and women that are tailored to different life stages, such as postpartum or menopause, and lifestyle factors such as a plant-based lifestyle. So you get just what you need. It's physician formulated with 100% drug-free ingredients. Nutrafol supports healthy hair growth from within by targeting the key root causes of thinning, such as stress, hormones, aging, nutrition, lifestyle, and metabolism through whole body health. Building your hair growth routine is simple. Purchase online, no prescription required. Automated deliveries and free shipping keep you on track. Plus, With a Nutrafol subscription, you can save up to 20%, and you'll have access to free naturopathic doctor consults, and a Headspace meditation membership is included. Start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. Look at my hair. My hair is popping. It's shiny. It's voluminous. It's got all the good stuff, and I've been taking my Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code NOFILTER. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code NOFILTER. That's Nutrafol.com/NOFILTER. No filter, baby. No filter. And then lastly, I want to give some love to my pals at DoorDash. We love some DoorDash up in the No Filter studio. Spring is the season of love and new beginnings, and it's easier than you think to find love on an app, or at least a lunch you love with the DoorDash app. Whatever you're looking for, DoorDash and Panera are teaming up to help you find your perfect match. I mean, who doesn't love some good Panera? Especially it's been chilly and rainy in LA. And sometimes, like, I would love a good soup and a salad, soup and a sandwich. I mean, anything with a little cup of soup on the side. Panera's You Pick Two offering lets you pair two items, like a cup of soup, half a salad, half a sandwich, together from the Panera menu. With over 800 possible combinations, it's easy to find your one true lunch. You Pick Two, delivered right to your door with DoorDash. Download DoorDash and cash in on these savings. I mean, come on. I love DoorDash. I love Panera. And now they're coming together to give me a pairing to feed my tummy and my heart. I think I've been looking for love in all the wrong places, guys. And now I think I found it. What I want, when I want, the heart wants what it wants, and mine is calling for some delicious Panera. Steamy soup, refreshing salad, savory sandwiches. Find your perfect pairing. Use code TRUELUNCH, one word, TRUELUNCH, for 20% off your Panera You Pick Two offer on DoorDash from March 3rd through March 12th only. Okay, you can use code TRUELUNCH, TRUELUNCH, code TRUELUNCH for 20% off until Wednesday, March 12th. So only until Wednesday, March 12th. Terms apply. For full terms, go to the Panera store page on DoorDash. Okay, let's talk about Baldoni and these new hit pieces. You have beautiful dogs. Thank you, guys. Is it a soup salad day in California? It's 47 degrees in New York. It's almost summer. It is very chilly. I'm not going to lie. All the links and the promo codes are in the description below, guys, so you can cash in on that. It's 52. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's 52. 52 in LA right now. Oof. Chilly, chilly, chilly. So yeah. But it's so interesting. I posted about this on the Instagram because I found it funny. Here, I'll pull it up for you. Which, by the way, guys, we're at 190,000 followers on Instagram. We literally started this year being like, hey, can we get to 80,000? And now we've like more than doubled that. We're just approaching, we were like at 70 something, and we were just approaching 80. And we're like, let's see if we can hit 80 before the new year. And then now we're at 190. And it's just March. So thank you, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Zach, your dogs are angels. I have a Labrador named Andromeda, and she's nosy. She's more nosy than my three kids. Yes, these are golden Labradoodles. They need a bath. They're scruffy. They've been wrestling in the rain because it's been drizzly. But so let's talk about this, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make me. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Oh, how do we want to do that? We need our fun no filter background. There we go. Cute, right? Asa cute. So if we come here, so you can see here, Justin Baldoni accused of toxic positivity by former employees amid Blake Lively lawsuit. It felt phony. Ew, David. Phony. Justin Baldoni's toxic positivity slammed by former production studio employee. What? That's page 6. The first one was the New York Post, page 6. Daily Mail. Justin Baldoni slams his claim. He claims his good deeds are phony and workplace toxic amid Blake Lively battle. interesting. Former Justin Baldoni employee complains of toxic positivity and focus on the Baha'i values. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, look at my pal, Christian Delatorre from The Traders. Yeah. Daniel Feruzin, who's an attorney and a friend of mine, will there be discovery motions to confirm? We'll have to wait and see if toxic positivity, is something that Justin Baldoni exhibits in the workplace. But isn't it so, Mike Volpo? Isn't it so funny? Deidre, Durkin, Simmons, Vanessa Cerna, Sean Mandel, that they all have the exact same headline. They're all saying the same things, and it's pulled from the same article that was the LA Times. I call it, my opinion, a hit piece. A hit piece of faux show, faux shizzle my nizzle. I think that it's absolutely a hit piece. And it's strange to me that like this is the headline, that Justin Baldoni accused of toxic positivity. Like, first of all, what the fuck is toxic positivity? Like, I get it. People believe that like sometimes if you are not in touch with your emotions, or you're not in touch with your feelings, or if somebody's grieving, you should allow them to grieve and feel their emotions. And if you downplay their emotions, that's considered toxic positivity. But like let's be for real. There are toxic work environments, right? Where there are bosses that are truly, genuinely like toxic, like truly people that are bad people, that are working people to the bone and not paying them what they should be paid, and expect them to work beyond normal work hours, and are just mean or difficult to work with. And like, we're going to complain that like Justin Baldoni was too nice to work with, like he was too good to work with. That's what's very bizarro to me, is like this is the worst that we can dig up. It's crazy. Never heard of toxic positivity before. I mean, I've heard of toxic positivity. I just, again, think it's hilarious that they're telling us that there's no smear campaign and there's no orchestration. And yet I pulled just four of the many different headlines. Actually, let's type in Justin Baldoni. What is it? Toxic positivity workplace. And let's just look at these headlines. Justin Baldoni accused of toxic positivity. Former employee complains of toxic positivity. He speaks out. What is he? He's slamming it. But like, look at all these articles that are all running the exact same thing. He's slamming phony workplace full of toxic positivity at the production company that he co-founded. The report comes out, features one employee. Got it. Back in 2015, Baldoni started. So where does he speak out? Toxic male state. It was constant positivity all the time. I would say toxic positivity, an ex-Wayfair employee claims. I'm always a little dubious of people who advertise themselves as disruptors. It felt phony. Okay. In response to the criticism, his rep told the Daily Mail there have never been any reported complaints regarding our workplace culture or any communicated issues regarding the platforms or its founders. If any guidance was ever provided to employees of how to conduct their written correspondence, it was to ensure that the activities of the employees remain professional and aligned with the ethos of the company. Wayfair believes that joy and positivity are the essence of good work, and they stand by this statement. Isn't that crazy? Like, isn't that truly wild that they're just like, yeah, like, I don't understand this toxic positivity argument. Tyler Perry writes better scripts. Toxic positivity. Where is this Disneyland? You would think they're just like, we encouraged people. Like, we wanted people to feel good. We wanted people to like be optimistic. We wanted people to focus on being positive. Constant positivity. Oh my God, the things you have to deal with. So is that right? Like, what would you prefer them to be like mean? Jacqueline says Ned Flanders on The Simpsons is an example of toxic positivity. I'm not denying that there is toxic positivity as a thing. It's just like, but when you're crying about this, it's like such first world problems. And not only that, but like, it's just down. Like, they had months, right? They've been planning this for months. We're now in March. This was spearheaded in December. They at least had a few weeks to maybe a couple of months to dig up some dirt on him before the New York Times article even came out, right? They have no actual evidence of harassment. They have no one that's willing to go on the record. The Sisterhood of the Traveling HR Complaints still have not spoken out. They won't put a name to any of them. So this is the worst that they were able to dig up, that what, he's too nice in the workplace, that like he's too nice to his employees. He wants them to sign off their, what did he want them to sign off their emails with? Lots of love, not lots of love, so much love or something like that. And they were like offended by that. Um it's just like, what? Like, truly, what? I can't. Name them. Yeah, yeah. Tell me, who is the Sisterhood of the Traveling HR Complaints? I would love to meet them. Can they please stand up? Please stand up. I mean, is this why Jenny Slate allegedly complained about? Well, I mean, she just had a concern, right? It wasn't an officially filed complaint, but she had concerns that Jamie Heath offered to cover her $15,000 security deposit that she was afraid of losing, but she was displeased with her apartment that was what, $7,500 a month in New York City. And I know some people are like, listen, $7,500 a month is not much in New York. I know, trust me, New York rent is expensive. So is LA rent. I have a very nice apartment, and I'll tell you, I don't pay $7,500 a month, and I'm in the nice part of downtown LA. I'm in a gorgeous high-rise apartment building, right? That's a humble brag, a little bit of a flex, but let me tell you, I don't pay nearly $7,500, but even for what I do pay, because I know New York is a little higher, even if New York is $1,000 more than what I pay for what I have here, right? Because obviously space is a little more limited in New York versus LA. I mean, I would love to know what complaints she genuinely had for an apartment that she was going to have to pay $7,500 a month for. And she was complaining that she was going to lose her $15,000 deposit. So Jamie Heath was just trying to be nice. I guess that's an example of toxic positivity. He was trying to be too nice. Ew, why are you being nice to me? Ew, I'm used to like you being mean. Like you're supposed to be mean to me. Like, don't you know, if you are nice, that's a toxically positive workplace. And if you're too mean, then that's just a purely toxic workplace. Like, I don't understand what the fuck they want. And she was upset that he referred to the sanctity of motherhood. And like, that's why he wanted to help her out. And she's one of those, she sounds like one of those women that's just like, don't open the door for me. Like, what? I'm an independent woman. What do you think? A woman isn't capable of opening the door for herself? Ugh, you, David. Or like, she would complain. I'm sure somebody made an example in my comments. Actually, I'll give them a shout out because I do dip into my comments um, on YouTube. So please continue to leave them. And on Spotify. I love my Spotify comments as well. But so Tired Today and Tomorrow wrote, this just in, Justin Baldoni put the toilet seat down after use. His consideration for others is really concerning. Which is hilarious. And I responded, I said, his consideration for women is an example of toxic masculinity. Women don't need a man to put down the toilet seat for them. What's he trying to say? That women are incapable? How dare he? Like, that's how ridiculous these things have become. It's truly preposterous at this point. Truly preposterous. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yay. Yes, guys, hit the like button. Oh, yeah, we have just about 3,000 people streaming this live. It is going to be a shorter live stream, so I am going to wrap soon. But if you have any other thoughts, feelings, questions, let me drop them in right now before we wrap up so I can make sure that this gets uploaded before I have to go see Andy at Popcorn to Talk. I'm recording with him today, and we're doing yes. Okay. I have a little bit of time before I have to head out. And like I said, me and Donna are both going live on Popcorn to Talk today, so you can tune in, show some love, show some support. Get it. Bum 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 bum. People, everyone's blowing up my phone right now. Podcast right now. We'll listen and respond. Also, I got a really exciting opportunity. What time for popcorn? Let me check my schedule. This is like my schedule is locked down. Locked down. It looks like oh shit, where's my email? Okay, here's my schedule. I love my schedule. Live stream looks like it's happening at 1 p.m. today. 1 p.m. Pacific. 1 p.m. Pacific. Zack, you're my fave on YouTube. You crack me up. I'm gonna. Can you collab with Katie from Without a Crystal Ball? I don't know Katie from Without a Crystal Ball, but sure. When is the ruling? I'm not sure when the ruling is. I thought we were going to get a ruling today, but I guess not. We'll have to wait to see what the judge. I mean, I wouldn't. What's today? Thursday. I mean, hopefully by tomorrow, the judge puts together. He has to put his little formal filing and do the whole thing. So yeah. But if you want to keep up to date, anytime something goes down, anytime Zack bring Dave in, we need a duo review. I would love to bring Dave in to do a duo review. We'll do one soon. Sorry, there's like content creator drama going on behind the scenes right now, guys. That's why my phone is blowing up. The drama that's happened in the last 24 hours. I'm like, guys, can I just I just want to be good. I just want to get my schedule and be on time and do what I have to do and tape what I have to tape, and everybody else's drama with every other things and everybody getting crazy with everybody no, Blake Lively's team is gonna they want this. It was just yeah. I was even on the phone with drama. Sorry, not with drama, with Donna at 6 a.m. this morning. We were on the phone talking about today's schedule. It's just so many different things with so many it's multiple different things. I'm not trying to call anybody out specifically or saying that today's schedule is just uniquely. I have 5 different projects that I'm working on right now. So it's are you on Popcorn Planet today? Yes, we're live streaming at, I believe, 1 p.m. Pacific. Content creator drama is def sus at this point. I don't think there's genuinely any real drama. I think it's more of just I don't know. Don't worry, Zack, we're with you. Thank you. I want to be clear, I'm not in any drama with anybody, but I'm in the middle of everything with everyone. And I'm just I'm going to sit here and be good and hit my call times and show up to where I need to show up. And I have no beef with anyone. I love everyone. But I'm also not a diva. When she said she was flirting, yeah. And SH, yeah. It's just crazy because even toxic positivity has nothing to do with harassment claims on the side of, I mean, again, in all the years that Baldoni has been working in Hollywood because he's so powerful, right? That's the worst that they have on him is that he had a toxically positive environment. Oh my God, Zack, you're being toxically positive. I know. Be Switzerland, Zack. I am. Zack has toxic drama free. I know. I'm so toxic right now because I'm just trying to stay positive. I thought what you said about Donna was beautiful. Yes. What did I say about Donna? I say things all the time. Spill it. I don't know what the drama is, to be honest with you. I just know my phone is blowing up from a bunch of different people right now. And I'm I'm trying to juggle so many different things in my own personal life at the moment that but I did get a really exciting opportunity that I had to really noodle on and think about last night that maybe I don't know, so there's a big opportunity that came, and I had a meeting with my manager yesterday, and we were going through numbers and projections and proposals that were sent to us, and I think that there may be a really big announcement that I can make soon, but it's really exciting, and I'm but it's also really big, and I'm kind of scared, and I was calling a couple of my friends and even one of my gym coaches, and they were like, "Well, what's the resistance?" And I was I'm just scared. This is scary. This is a big opportunity, and I don't want to fuck this up. And I don't know. Send me good vibes. I have to make a decision. Don't sell out. I would never sell out. Come on, Jacqueline. You know, you think I just fell out of a coconut tree? I would never sell out. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Zack and Andy are my go-to sources for the Justin. Yay! You deserve the best, Zack. Thank you. No filter brought to you by Mint Mobile. I love it. Okay, I do have to run, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I love you. I appreciate you. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. The goal is to do you think we could hit 75K by Monday? What are we at? We're almost at 74K. We're at 73.6, guys. 73.6. Read your text. Let's figure it out together. No, my texts are oh my God. I have 19 unread texts that came in. That just came in. So yes, Blake. Wait, well, I missed that one. Blake and Ryan demanding their texts with celebrities remain hidden, right? When they wanted all that 100K by Monday. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that, but 75K would be amazing if we can hit that by Monday. We're just under 74,000. Yes, I'm so here for opportunity. Thank you guys. I love you. Okay, I do have to run. And I know I always do this, and then I like stay on for another 10 minutes because then somebody says something spicy in the chat and then we go off on a tangent. Um, think positive. No, that's toxic. How dare you? I feel attacked. I feel attacked. All right. I love you. Appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day, guys. I will talk to you later. Subscribe, like, do all the things. Leave me an Apple Podcast review if you're listening to this on Apple and you're enjoying the podcast. Please continue to support, even if it's just the 5 stars. If you don't want to write the whole review, that's cool too. I don't need to take up too much of your time, but if you just want to like hit the little 5 stars, it's super easy. Apple Podcast, just like hit the 5 stars. Every time you listen to the podcast, just hit the 5 stars. All right, guys. Love you. Appreciate you. Talk to you tomorrow morning with Keith and Stewart from Albertson and Davidson. We're going to be talking all about all of the legal mess of it all. So think of what your questions are going to be. Bye, guys.